Is there a second wave coming? And if so, when? And what can we do about it? Well, before I get into that, let me just be really clear with my basic assumptions about this whole situation. I believe this is not a medical issue. This is a political issue. This is an orchestrated military style planned operation to achieve political goals run by the so-called deep state, with the mainstream media, with high-level medical establishment. And the way that they do it is through fraudulent testing, fraudulent death attribution, and more than anything else with the super hyped up, unlike anything I've seen in my life, propaganda, fear-mongering, non-stop 24 hours, 7 days a week by the mainstream media, so that they create a perception that there's this massive pandemic going on, the end of the world, when in fact it's really not. And if we want to know why they're doing this, the goals of this operation, all you need to do is look at the proposed solutions. So it's total surveillance, loss of privacy, with contact tracing, with social distancing, with the new norm, we're never going back to normal. Then it's mandatory vaccinations worldwide, so that you can't even control what's going into your body. You just have to take whatever they tell you need, no matter how toxic you think it might be. Otherwise, you can't live your life normally. And then it's the lockdown. So the lockdown itself, on, off, basically indefinitely. Whenever they say it's too dangerous, you got to close your shop. You can't go to work, meaning you're going to end up totally dependent on the state for your very livelihood. But I would say more than anything else, the main goal right now, especially in the short run, is to get rid of Donald J. Trump. So, is there going to be a second wave? It's really up to us. If we put up with this, if we don't fight for our freedom, if we don't push back against this huge power grab that's going on, then yes, there's going to be a second wave, there's going to be a third wave, a fourth wave. Basically, we can go into indefinite, never-ending medical emergency. That's what they want. That's how they get power over us. So, we are the only ones that can stop this. And I think the people behind this, they're not joking, they're going for broke. And if you know what's going on, if you see the picture, and if you're not making this the most important thing in your life, the top priority to stop this power grab, then I think you're being very, very short-sighted. People think, oh, it's just going to go back to normal. That's not realistic. We're going to have to fight to get our freedoms back and to get to the next level. And solutions, what are we actually supposed to do? Well, first of all, I think the most important thing is for us to really step up individually, to become leaders, to really, make sure that we are in top form physically, emotionally, mentally, financially as well, and to really get to that next level, to go through our own individual obstacles, our fears, our selfish impulses. And that's the most important thing, because after all, that is the purpose of life, right? Development. But I think that's not enough, right? That's what we need to do, but we also need to do other things. Externally, we definitely need to become less dependent on the system and really go into the direction of being more self-sustainable and connecting closely with the like-minded people, with people who see the same reality that we see, that have the same vision that we have, and connect with them online, but also connect with them in the physical world. So, build new communities. And I can see it, people leaving the cities and other problematic areas and really establishing new, free independent territories, communities, societies. And this is only the beginning. And we need to do that, because when we are stronger, when we are together, we are stronger. And that's when we can defend against this massive force that wants to enslave us. But when we are dislocated from each other, everyone in their own little box, then they can pretty much do whatever they want with us. So I see these new communities not as a form of escapism, but as a form of concentrating power, because there is no escape, right? I don't think you can escape the system by building a community outside of it. The people who are behind this, they want to control everything. They're going to go after everyone. So at some point, we're going to have to change, the world at large as well, politically. But in order to do that, it's much easier if we concentrate our power in a certain community and then project that power outwards. And it's going to have to be a political change. And I know, many people, many good people, most good people, their view of politics is like, I don't want to have anything to do with it. It's dirty. All politicians are corrupt. And just leave me out of it. I don't even want to vote. And, that was basically my own opinion for a long time as well. But now I'm realizing, if that's what I'm saying, I'm basically relinquishing all of my power. And I'm letting the elite decide what they're going to do with me. And I think this is just not an option. Yes, politics can be dirty, but we need to be politically active. And especially now, there is this huge U.S. election coming up. And they always say this is the biggest election of all times. But this time it truly will be a huge election. And I think, this one election can really change the direction in which our society goes. And I definitely have issues with Donald Trump. I don't think he is the perfect candidate. He's not the end-all, be-all. He's not the solution to all of our problems. But right now, as far as I can see, he is the main force out there that's basically pushing back against this cabal really having their way with us. And I think, as imperfect and problematic as Donald Trump may be to many people, I think this is our best chance right now to fight against this power grab. Because that's where the battle is, and to sit this one out, like for me, that's definitely not an option. And I decided I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that Donald Trump wins this election. And again, he's not a perfect candidate, but he is the best option. And the way I see it, even if he goes sideways, even if at one point he gets totally compromised, which I think personally is quite unlikely, but even if that happens, it's important to mobilize pro-freedom, pro-truth, pro-humanity forces, and to make this victory, to make Donald Trump win this election. And with this mobilization, even if he goes sideways, we will have the power for future battles. So that's my view. If you resonate with this message, I invite you to check out Jungle Pants. This is a product that I make. It's, without exaggeration, the most comfortable thing that you will ever wear, I believe. And you support me and this operation, this pro-human, pro-freedom message. So hopefully it's a win-win-win. Also, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and do whatever else you got to do to make this message go out. Thank you very much. Good luck. Take care, and ciao.